History tells us that every once in a while, a car manufacturer will tell its engineers to go balls to the wall. Tasked with creating the unconventional in the name of PR and innovation, this mystifying urge to impress has led to absurd vehicles such as Alfa's 164 Pro car and Volvo's 850 BTCC. Our next prize car joins this very league of the ludicrous and nonsensical in the form of the Renault Espace F1. The Renault Espace F1 was a one-of-a-kind version of the Renault Espace minivan created in 1995. It was a collaboration between Renault and Williams F1 to celebrate the Espace's 10th anniversary. This souped-up minivan was armed with a naturally aspirated 3.5-liter 40-valve V10 engine mounted in the middle of the car. It produced 800 horsepower and 520 pounds-feet of torque, and is one of the only French MPVs in existence to be rear-wheel drive. With the engine directly ripped out of a Williams F1 car, it could accelerate to 60 miles per hour in under 2.8 seconds, while managing a top speed of 194 miles per hour. Renault also claims that it can sprint to 120 miles per hour in 6.9 seconds, all while carrying 4 people. As absurd as it all seems though, this one-off super MPV may not be able to walk the walk anymore. Confined indoors as nothing but a museum piece, you'll be able to find the Espace F1 at the Matra Museum just south of Paris. That being said, the Espace F1 remains a cult classic among car enthusiasts around the globe. When it comes to top drives, the Renault Espace F1 bolsters a top speed of 194 miles per hour, coupled with a 0 to 60 time of 2.7 seconds. It also comes with a handling score of 88 and an overall RQ of 91. Although it stands tall as the best MPV in the game, it doesn't carry many other niches, being heavily outperformed among 4-seaters and French cars respectively. That being said, it is an enticing contender for the French 4-seater niche. So, introducing your next prize car, the polarizing MPV from hell, which is another way to call France, let's be real here, the Renault Espace F1. Yo guys, what is going on? Blossom's back, and welcome back to another episode of Top Drives. Yes, that is right, Prize Car Autobiographies, back for a short time. I will probably make the time to make a Prize Car Autobiography for the next Try series as well, because I mean, come on, it's the Viper, dude. Obviously, I want to, make videos around one of my favorite prize cars in the entire game, one of my dream prize cars to collect. But we're getting ahead of ourselves. We're going to talk about the Renault Espace F1. Now, it's funny because I did predict that we were going to get a Renault of some kind. In the end, I locked it down on the Alpine. I thought that we were going to get the Alpine, right? The Alpine A442, whatever it is. Where is it? Yeah, the A442, right? I thought we were going to get this, but I had a feeling that we're going to get the Espace. I just didn't think that Hutch was going to follow through with it, because this car is, like I said, a cult favorite. I know a lot of people that wanted this. I remember when European Grand Tour was added into Top Drives, one of the most hyped cars that everyone loved was the Renault Espace F1. Everyone was like, oh my god, they actually added it, like that's fantastic, and it's great. I mean, I'm not a fan of French cars by any means, but to see people happy over a cult classic like this being added to the game was always really refreshing to see. And this being the next prize car, I mean, I feel like that there might be a moderate level bloodbath, maybe not too much, but a moderate level bloodbath, mainly because although this isn't the best car in the game by any means, it's just a fun car for people to collect. I mean, this is what, in my opinion, the prize car tag is all about. This is what it means to be a prize car, a one-off, absolutely ludicrous piece of machinery like this. Like, again, I always fall back to this one, but the years, for example, for being a prize car is a little bit hard for me to comprehend, because it's not that limited in quantity, right? I mean, I see like these cars like just about every day living here. It's insane, it's a pretty common car, all things considered. Why is this a prize car? I mean, I get it, it's the first super SUV, so for that reason, okay, sure, I kind of get that, but there are some other cars. I mean, let's think about other prize cars where I just genuinely feel like they're only prize cars because they perform well for the time they were added in the game, and nowadays they don't even perform that well anymore. Going to all prize cars. I mean, Okay, all of these cars, okay, that kind of makes sense. Cento Dieci, Huracan Sterrato, I get that. Maybe if we go back down to the middle or something like that. M5C, okay, M5CS, I kind of get that. But things like the 307 WRC, can anyone tell me why this is a prize car, but other, like the C10, like, is not a prize car? Can anyone tell me why? What other cars were, okay, yeah, 760, that makes sense. Onodier, that makes sense. Z07 performance package. Wyatt, care to tell me why this deserves a prize car tag? Or is it because, you know, Hutch just couldn't think of a lot of American prize cars to give that, you know, title to? You know what I mean? Okay, Roof I get, you know, RS6 I get, ZR1 I get that too. Beast, why is this a prize car? It's I feel like it's a weird concept. I don't know. Is it a concept? Or even this one, the EX30 twin motor performance. Why is this a prize car? Anyway, it's a little bit of a small tangent over there, but I do think that the Espace genuinely deserves that title. It's just cool and insane in every single way. And one thing that I did learn when I was doing research on the Espace is these little vents on the side. It's completely useless. It has no purpose for function. It's all about form, I guess. It's all about design. It looks cool. It looks like it should do something, but it's not. I watched a video, I think it was a drive video. They opened the door and the door is just incredibly thick. It reminds me of like the door from, like, you know, the Beast. You know, the car that, you know, the president will roll around in, right? So it's a super thick door, and it is really interesting because this has a massive wide body kit on a regular Espace. So yeah, it's a pretty cool prize car. And with that said, we're gonna jump into the qualifiers, right? So we got the Renault Espace F1 qualifiers, and I mean, there is a little bit more incentive to join these early now because you get you get participation points in the challenges. But again, if you always just buy tickets at the end, it doesn't really matter. But okay, what hand am I using for this? 2016 pack is a good pack to open, but it's not a pack that will help you out with this event. 2016 is oversaturated by prize cars now. It's a little bit sad, actually. I mean, if you look at this, the first 7 out of 8 cars that you see here are all prize cars. The only non-prize car that you can unpack is a Lamborghini Centenario, and that's 4-wheel drive, so it's kind of inflated in some way. But yeah, everything else is a prize car. So if you really want to do well in 2016 event, I really feel like, you know, you need the prize cars, right? And the best of the best. I don't have the Audi R18. I'm still mad till this day that I don't have the R18. It actually genuinely pisses me off because I had 5 Koenigsegg Legendaries, but because they were the weaker ones. I mean, I talk about it all the time. But anyway, more prize cars? Yeah, that prize car. And then, yeah, these two are non-prize cars. These are non-prize cars. I mean, the Regera is going to be a pretty good one to get. If you have a fully upgraded Regera, that's going to be pretty lethal. But then again, RQ limit is very low here, so I'm actually struggling to think about what cars that I even want to use. I gotta save some RQ on the twisty stuff, and I know there's like wet conditions everywhere else as well. Maybe a Suzuki Celerio. Is that too much? Is that too extreme? It might be too extreme. I feel like a low RQ Epic might fit pretty well, maybe. I don't have one though. Oh, I got the 124 Spider. The Corvette Stingray 7 Z51 might be pretty good too. That leaves me with 43 RQ, and I need something performance tires. The Volt might be pretty decent for the wet stuff, but then I'm 25, you know, 25 RQ, I need performance tires. I mean, maybe the 4x4. We're just gonna see what sticks. I mean, I don't think that this is gonna be a very good hand. I have 3 clear-cut win conditions with my Epic and 2 Legends. Will they win by enough points though? That's a different question. There are drags here that I can capitalize on with my Rimac and my Hennessy. But the moment that I encounter the Audi, or maybe even a fully upgraded Regera, and I might actually be in trouble. I know a lot of people are probably going to be running high-end ultra rares, and that's why I wanted to use an X Factor in a lower RQ Epic. I'm starting to see, you know, lower RQ Epics, not the super low Jerry's, but, you know, somewhere along that 70 range. Paying off. I think it was the most recent event where it was the German medium ground clearance event. Not German medium ground clearance, but it was like German front engine rear wheel drive. Medium ground clearance? I can't remember what the exact thing was, but having that RQ70 E63 W212 actually paid off a lot, which was pretty nice. So again, we have 3 win conditions here. We lose twisty rope by just a little bit. We lose hairpin by a lot. And yeah, okay, let's see. 100 points, maybe? 102. Okay, that's doable. That's still winnable. 341 and 154. We are in the top 10, so this is a brand stinking new bracket. As always with my prelims and qualifiers, as long as I can score a carbon fiber, I'll be happy, because that's a minimum of 2 ultra rares. You get an ultra rare as a prize, and then you get an ultra rare from the carbon fiber as well. Also, do you guys feel indifferent, Or do you like the fact that we're getting the epic in the prelims as opposed to the qualifiers now? I'm not sure about that. I don't really mind because the epics that they give you out in a tri-series, they don't usually help you anyway. In the most recent try, that's a video that I really want to do, but it needs a lot of prep and it needs a lot of research. But and also, like, it's just a video where I think it's gonna be fun. It's not gonna be that useful for us, but it's a video that I definitely want to do, and that's ranking every single tier 2 epic prize car given out, or tier 3 epic prize car given out in a tri-series. You know, like if you just miss out on the prize car, if you're that unfortunate soul to get, you know, 9th position or 11th position or 13th position, depending on, you know, what tri-series you were in and what year you were playing the game. You know, if you're in one of those positions where you're just one off winning the prize car and you got the epic, was it worth it? Was it at least a good epic? I kind of want to do a retrospective kind of video on that, but like I said, it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort, you know, to go through every single tri-series that we've had and to see what are, you know, the epic cars that they were giving out. I mean, for the most part, everyone only cares about the epic prize cars, but hey, I mean the legendary prize cars, but hey, you never know. Anyway, we're sitting 6-0. Okay, someone gave me a free little win. I appreciate that. So that's my hand. I'm surprised it's getting by so far. I really want to max my Venom, but when it comes to maxing, you know, my Hennessy's, it's not a 3 epic investment, it's a 9 epic investment, mainly because I want to max all my Hennessy's at the same time. All my Hennessy's are 1 upgrade away from being fully upgraded, and I really want all of them to be fully upgraded at the same time. I can record it for a video, it'll be a momentous occasion, but hey, you know, although I have the epics lying around, it would be foolish of me, I guess, to go all in on them because, you know, we've got that Viper final coming up. I got to save fuse for that, right? So, and also, I'm spending a decent amount of fuse, like a genuine decent amount of fuse in terms of ultra rares for the icon variant. I mean, as you guys already know this, I've already fully upgraded 2 epic Audis for this. We've got the Audi A7 as well as the Audi Q4, which has paid off in clubs recently, so that's pretty cool. This thing, however, not really. 18 races, 50% win ratio is abysmal. This one though, 62 races, so I've been using that a little bit more. And I also have the S3 Saloon, which I already have fully upgraded. I made a mistake. I genuinely made a mistake. I went 323. I don't know why. I was really busy yesterday, and I just put it in the engine. I was like, oh yeah, I could make this wet spec. But, you know, it's going to lose to the 4-wheel drive standards anyway, right? I got a call from my girlfriend because, like, she was just checking on how I'm doing. I know I've not said it in today's video, but I did suffer food poisoning last night. So I was basically crapping my pants since, like, 5 a.m. Not that you guys needed to know that. But, yeah, I mean, I've not eaten anything so far. My stomach kind of hurts. It feels empty. I don't know. It feels like my intestines are not inside. It feels hollow in there, but also I'm bloated at the same time. But anyway, yeah, if it wasn't for the call, I don't think I would have mentioned it. But I think, oh, you know what? I think I was talking about the Audi S3, how I made a mistake. Yeah, I was working yesterday, and then I was just like, yeah, I'll just put in an upgrade, and I was like, oh crap, I 323'd it. Like, that's actually 3 ultra rares wasted. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna keep it here for now. And who knows? Maybe 323 might actually be the way to go for the Icon Variant Challenge. So I'll just wait to see when the final track sets are gonna be, but we'll just leave it there. But yeah, we're sitting on 3 fully upgraded Audis and epic Audis, and I see myself upgrading a 4th actually. I can see myself upgrading the e-tron GT if I need to as well. So I'm spending a lot of ultra rares, basically. I'm spending a lot of ultra rares for the Icon Variant Challenge, and then when we move on to the EGT area of it, I see myself also getting it's not the Flux. I forget what it's called anymore. It's is it a Renault? Is it a Renault? Is it a no? It's not a Renault. It has to be a Peugeot then, isn't it? Peugeot, Epic, the SUV. Yeah, Quartz. I see myself upgrading this as well. We'll see. We will see. But I do want to get that 935. Like I've mentioned before, I really enjoy miscellaneous changes. I played Team Fortress 2 solely just for the hats. And maybe racking up as many kills as possible on, on my strange weapons. But yeah, you know, I do like the miscellaneous stuff. As long as it's, you know, around a car that I enjoy, such as, you know, a 935. It'll be something that I would definitely love to go for. But anyway, one more event before we cap up the video. Japanese manufacturer matchup. I've already joined this event on Gawoms. I'm slowly but getting there. I want to spend my first ever million on Gawoms. I think I'm at 880,000 on Gawoms right now. But yeah, we'll get there. But anyway, we got 2 wets, a couple of twisty, just actually a lot of twisty. Then there's like a quarter mile in there as well, which is quite interesting. So let's go with 1 standard. Okay, a Honda Legend will be a good one to start us off with. Then we've got RQ90. We've got a lot to work with here. I kind of want to go with the Suzuki XL7. I feel like that's going to be a fantastic car to have. Honda NSX. If we can fit in the Scudo, might as well fit in the Scudo. Ooh, 65. That's a tough one because we don't have any Jerry. Not that they'll be any good, but Jerry Japanese cars. I do believe that the Suzuki C2 might be pretty useful. Or even the Nissan. Yeah, I think the Nissan would be pretty good actually. Or Honda NSXR. Yeah, because I was looking for the Nismo. Why is the Nismo not showing up? Oh, because it's Honda, Subaru, and Suzuki. Okay, never mind. All right, well, there you go. So you can't even use the Infiniti Emerge, which is a fantastic car. Okay, let's get into it. Yeah, basically the Suzuki prize cards. Wow, I mean, the 2016 event and this one are some very, very... Oh, just realized something. The Honda Legend is going to have to be on the dry. For this one track set, but for the other track sets, I think he'll do a little bit better. I'm curious to see who wins the slalom, because I know my NXX, way better handling. But the Suzuki C2 is so nimble, so light. Okay. What's your status? 323 as well. Cool, because that's probably gonna be the 2322. So 396 to 0, and that puts us in 38th place. Is this a 100-man bracket? It is, and it's basically almost full, so that's cool. Oh, it's Kit. You know, I don't know what's with the timing of my joining for events so far, but I've been seeing that guy a lot. Like every event, I've been seeing that him and his cute dog. I do recognize his dog profile picture. It is very, very cute. Golden Retriever, I believe, with some glasses on. That's very wholesome. All right, G-Force. Yep, 53. Skip match. Yes. And also, guys, I do want to say I do apologize because usually for every gameplay day video, I mean, this is kind of a gameplay day video, kind of a prize car autobiography video, but usually I'll open a carbon fiber. I just don't have the resources. I mean, I say that with 13,000 gold in my garage, in my garage, yeah, in my account. But yeah, I'm just not opening a carbon fiber. I have no carbon fiber to redeem. I'm on 4 out of 5 hexagons. That's my fault. I actually could have opened a carbon fiber today if I joined yesterday's daily event. But I didn't join yesterday's daily event, so I didn't get any flags. I'm like 10 flags off another hexagon for the carbon fiber. I mean, it is what it is. You know, I joined half the daily events that I get, and that's about it. I don't know why. I think it's a bad habit, or maybe just I simply don't care. Yeah, you know, the slightly upgraded NSX is going to be helping me in this event as well. I had to slightly upgrade that for the Automobili Pininfarina final. I know one thing I'm starting to notice is that a lot of my upgrades that I've used for Tri-Series have actually been pretty fruitful after the Tri-Series. But then again, I've been pretty smart with my upgrades because I will only upgrade a car if it's on the upper echelon of RQ. So, you know, obviously if it was an 80 RQ Legendary, I would never be upgrading that. But since it's a 90 plus, I was like, you know what? There's potential for this car to be useful, and it paid off, which is great. Ooh, Mountain Slalom. We're definitely losing Mountain Slalom. I think we're losing Mountain Slalom. I mean, we handle better than the Subi, but I don't think that's gonna be saying much. Ooh, that's a good one actually, because we're on 2 losses then. I need to win the rest. 50. All right, skip match. We lost. Yeah, okay. Unfortunate. Good hand. I honestly didn't know what else lost. Maybe there was an upgrade in the NSX, and I just didn't read it. But anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have a great day. And stay safe, wash your hands, and blossom out. Peace.
Bro, this song just makes me so happy.
Me too.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Imagine being Asian in the 50s, looking nifty, leather jacket, looking sleek, look like Presley, look so deadly. Got a jukebox back at home, feeling jazzy, turn it on and play it slow, like the movies with the ladies.
They so fine.
Sit back, relax in my Bonneville Pontiac. Hold tight all night, cruise to Jacksonville Atlantic. Blonde hair, don't care, look like Leslie Brooks.